Good evening from Scotland Yard, and welcome to what feels a lot bigger than a district baseball game. Tonight, it's first place, it's pride, and a district championship chase is on the line as the 11-1 Highlanders square off with the 12-0 unbeaten Oak Ridge War Eagles here tonight in this 13-6A matchup at Scotland Yard, the home of the Highlanders. The Highlanders arrive battle-tested, coming off a dramatic walk-off win over Conroe, rallying from 4 down, and that was capped by Cash Clayton's 7th-inning moonshot into the night, into the forest, to give the Highlanders a victory last Friday night here at Scotland Yard, and to keep the chase for this district title, back-to-back titles, alive for the Highlanders in the 2026 season. Now, the path is very simple. Sweep the series, and the Highlanders claim back-to-back District 13-6A championships. Standing in the way, an Oak Ridge club that hasn't blinked all spring. Stars on both sides, big arms, big bats, championship atmosphere, old-school Texas high school baseball under the lights here on a Thursday night. We're the only game in town, and we're glad that you can join us here for this exciting game here from Scotland Yard. It doesn't feel like April baseball. This is postseason baseball here in April, and it starts right here on the Highlander Sports Network, proudly presented by Kacher Dentistry.
Highlander Nation, are you ready for your next dental appointment? Kacher Dentistry covers all the bases. We're located in the Woodlands, Texas, and proud supporters of Highlanders baseball. Kacher Dentistry is a dual specialist dental office dedicated to compassionate, high-quality care. Their practice is unique because they have 2 separate sides of the office, one for pediatric and one for adult dentistry, so the entire family can be seen in one visit. Give us a call at 281-292-1605. Again, that's 281-292-1605. Or visit www.txhsbsb.com to schedule your next appointment. And be sure to mention Highlanders baseball. Kacher Dentistry, a home run for the whole family.
And welcome back to Scotland Yard, where the stakes couldn't get much bigger. The Woodlands chasing that district title back-to-back. Oak Ridge is trying to slam the door, and the first pitch of what feels like a playoff series is moments away here at Scotland Yard in this 13-6A matchup between the War Eagles and your Highlanders. What I wanted to do real quick before we get started here, we got about 3 minutes. Let's run down a quick scouting breakdown of what the Highlanders can expect tonight, and we'll get to the lineups for you. The Oak Ridge War Eagles lineup, let's go ahead and do that. Jonel Rodriguez leading things off. He's the catalyst of this team. He's the spark plug. He's going to get on base. He's a threat to run, tremendous amount of speed, and puts a lot of pressure on the pitchers. Luis Almeida, he gets the call on the mound, and he has, not only can he throw it on the mound and chunk it, he's also their best all-around bat and has a tremendous amount of power at the plate. That's something the Highlanders pitching staff is going to have to keep in mind tonight. In the 3-hole, Drayton Urbe, middle of an order hitter. He's your 3-hole hitter. He's a run producer. The guys in front of him are the table setters. They're going to get on, and it's going to be up to Urbe to pick him up, drive him in. And then in the cleanup spot, Carson Holloman. Situation, he's a power hitter, a lot of swing and miss, but when he does swing and connect, it goes a long, long way. Cole, and I'm going to butcher this young man's name all night tonight, Cole DeBardarinis. He's a gap-to-gap hitter with tremendous amount of power, RBI guy. In the 6 hole, Derek Hernandez. He's another RBI contributor. And then rounding out the bottom, Jacob Arentz, Jake Furman, and Corbin Alexander in the 9 hole. A great contact hitter. 7, 8, 9 contact hitters. Not a weak spot in this lineup. The Highlanders pitching staff, and that's going to be Jack Schmeckel, is going to have his hands full tonight. It's all about throwing strikes, keeping the runners off base, no errors, no extra outs is going to be the key for the Highlanders to win this game here tonight. They win tonight. Tomorrow night would be all on the line for a district championship. Oak Ridge wins, and they're the district champions for 2026. All here tonight from Scotland Yard. It's Luis Olmeda, it's Jack Schmeckel, and a district championship on the line for both teams. And then you throw in the crosstown rivalry between these two, dating all the way back to the Little League. It's called the Oak Ridge Woodlands Area Little League. These kids have known each other since T-ball. They're going to square it off here tonight. First pitch coming at you. We're moments away.
Highlander Nation, are you ready for your next dental appointment? Kacher Dentistry covers all the bases. We're located in the Woodlands, Texas.
All right, and welcome back to the Highlander Sports Network's coverage of 13-6A Texas High School Baseball. We are live from Scotland Yard in the final series of the season, and it's all on the line. For months, it's been building to this point. We've been focusing on this matchup since About the 1st of April, when we made the turn to the second half of the season, the Highlanders, the War Eagles, first place is on the line, a district title hanging in the balance. The Woodlands has one path. They got to sweep it, and that's it. No scoreboard watching for these kids tonight. The only scoreboard to watch is out in right field. They take care of business here tonight, force a one game, settles it all tomorrow night over at Oak Ridge, and it'll be electric over there if the Highlanders pull this one out here tonight. Tonight, it's playoff baseball atmosphere, championship baseball, Highlanders and War Eagles. Let's get this thing started as we are rip-roaring and ready to go for the War Eagles. If you missed my lineup in the pregame with the scouting breakdown, Jonel Rodriguez, Luis Almeida, Drayton Urbe, 1, 2, 3. Carson Holman, Derek Hernandez, Cole DeBarini, Chris Thompson, Jacob Arentz, and Corbin Alexander are the 9 tonight for the War Eagles. And for the Highlanders, will set their defense. Behind the plate, the senior, Angelina commit, Chase Bradley. He's been swinging a hot bat of late. He has taken over the lead statistically as he comes into tonight's game at .472 for the Highlanders. He is swinging a hot bat. Over at third, Elias Diaz. At shortstop is Noah Nightstep. He is defensively, he's being designated hit it forward. That's going to be Jack Fuller. Johan Fernandez at second. Cruz Romo, the junior, at first. Around the outfield, left to right, Cash McWhorter Jr., Cash Clayton in center, and Bryson Bourne out in right field. As we are rocked and locked and loaded and ready to go. Schmeckel has the ball. Jonel Rodriguez makes his way to the plate. And we are set and ready to go here.
Number 9, Rodriguez.
With it all on the line for the Highlanders. Rodriguez at the plate. Diaz cheating up, expecting bunt. Jack Schmeckel on the mound. First pitch coming at you. 7 o'clock is a slider that misses down and in for ball 1. Schmeckel comes in to tonight's game with a .33 ERA and 55 strikeouts. That's swung on and out to deep left center. McWhorter at the wall and off the wall. And a leadoff double for Jonel Rodriguez to get things started for the War Eagles. He took a fastball that was down and away, went down and got it and went to the opposite field. Wind blowing that way and just off the wall underneath the 2006 National Championship sign. And the War Eagles are in business with a leadoff double. And the pitcher, Luis Almeida, at the plate for the Highlanders. I would expect a bunt. Oak Ridge, a very data-driven team. The statistics, the analytics, you score first, gives you that 60-some-odd% chance of winning, the team that scores first. So I would expect a bunt to see if the Highlanders are anticipating the same. And fastball misses high and inside for ball 1 to Almeida. Schmeckel with the glove on the hip, stares in. And the 1-0. Blows a high fastball by him for strike 1 on the swing and miss. Evens it up at 1-1. If you're joining us a little late, Jonel Rodriguez got things started for the War Eagles with a double off the wall to left center. Luis Almeida is our hitter with a 1-1 count. Shows bunt and pops it straight into the air for strike 2. And the 1-2 on the way. That is beaten to the ground towards first base and foul. Keeps the count at 1-2 on Almeida. Almeida gets the call tonight. I was anticipating Jacob Howard. Looks like he's going to get the start tomorrow night at home for the War Eagles. Almeida gets the call for the War Eagles tonight. He's at the plate with no outs and a 1-2 count and a runner in scoring position. That is swung on and ripped to right field. Born back to the wall, looks up and off the wall. Gets away from him. He could be 3. And the throw comes in, and back-to-back extra base hits, and the War Eagles are in business. As Almeida took a Jack Schmeckel fastball and hit it just off the wall below the light pole in right center, and the Highlanders are down 1-0 here in the first with a double and then a triple, and still nobody out. And Bradley, they showed a squeeze play. It wasn't a suicide. More of read the ball off the bat. Misses high, takes it to 1-0. Romo up tight on the grass. Diaz even with the bag on the corner. Romo slightly charging, and the slider drops in there for a called strike. Evens it up at 1-1. The 1-1 to yank the fastball way outside. Runs the count to 2-1 on Uribe. Uribe, by far the best hitter on this team. Tremendous amount of power. Be a spot you do not want to give in. Nibbling on the outside corner, misses again, runs it to 3-1. You be careful here in this situation. This could easily be a 3-0 lead with no outs. You got to be careful. Either come hard in or try to get him to chase the slider. Bradley set up inside. He shows bunt, and it's fastball center cut, and he takes it for strike 2. Not sure what Uribe was looking for there, what Pierce was signaling in. You're playing with house money here in the first. You got a runner at third and no outs, and you're showing bunt on a 3-1 count with your 3-hole hitter. And swings on the slider and fouls it into the screen, keeps it at 3-2. Just not understanding that logic. That was a center cut down Broadway fastball, and these guys have been teeing off on fastball so far tonight. Hence a double and a triple for the War Eagles to get things started. Still no outs. Top of 1. War Eagles up 1-0. And slider gets away from him, misses high and inside for a walk to Uribe. First walk of the night for Schmeckel.
Now batting number 1, Holloman.
So 2 hits in the inning, 1 run across for the War Eagles, and still no outs. If you're the Highlanders, I think you play for 2 here, give up the run. Middle's deep, and a runner fakes. And Bradley keeps it in front of him. One thing about Oak Ridge and my scouting report, they love to run. They get on, they're going to run. And from my breakdown, you give them walks, you might as well put them on third. A big kick from Schmeckel puts a fastball on the outside corner, gets the call to even up at 1-1. Be surprised to see Uribe take off here and check on him. And that one skips in the dirt. Great job by Romo to keep it in front of him. Schmeckel with 16 pitches so far here in the first and no outs. Needs that ground ball up the middle. Fastball misses high and outside. Runs it to 2-1. It needs something hard on the inside on the hands. Get him that chopper to night step at short or something on the outside corner. Soft. Ground ball to the second baseman. Fernandez would be great right now and shows bunt. Takes it back. Schmeckel struggling with the zone as he's behind 3-1 to Carson Holloman. Cleanup hitter for the War Eagles with 2 runners on. Mostly cloudy night here tonight. We struggled to get this game in all week. We've just been hammered with rain every day this week since Monday. Today was the first day we've seen some sunshine, and the runner takes off. The throw goes through and not in time. It was a walk anyways, but what a throw from Bradley. I think he was showing off, you're going to run tonight, that's what you're going to get. As he put one right on the dime. Urbe had beat it. But now bases loaded as Bradley has called a meeting on the mound. The infield's in. As this is a discussion, this could get away from you real quick here with no outs and the bases juiced for the War Eagles. So good call by Bradley to just take a second and have a conversation with your pitcher. Brings up Derek Hernandez, second baseman for the War Eagles, with no outs and the bases juiced. Corners are up tight. They're coming home. That is right at Fernandez. One hop big right to that step on the way to first. Gets the double play. Big play right there by Fernandez. Get 2 outs and run comes in as Olmeda scores to make it 2-0.
Now batting number 2.
And Urbe is at third with 2 outs as Hernandez grounds into the 4-6-3 double play. And see if Schmeckel can get out of this inning with only allowing 2 runs. Cole DeBartolini, the first baseman, at the plate for the War Eagles. And I'm already apologizing. I'm sure I'm butchering that one. That one's got more syllables than the Mary Poppins song. The 1-0. Misses outside to run it to 2-0 on DeBartolini with 2 outs. Runner at third. 2 runs already in. That is ripped down the right field line and down. 1 run. Urbe comes in. Bourne gets to it, cuts it off, and holds the runner to a single. But an RBI for DeBartolini, and the War Eagles have gotten 3 on the board here early. And that's been their pattern all season. You put them on base, it's either the top of the order is going to do it or the bottom of the order is going to pick them up. And a little single out to right field, didn't do much with it, just poked it out there, picks up the RBI, and the War Eagles keep the inning rolling. Chris Thompson, the designated hitter, at the plate with 2 outs. Swing and a miss on the fastball at the knees for strike 1. That is ripped out to the left center gap. McWhorter giving chase. It is off the wall. And giving the stop sign to DeBartolini as he holds at third. And that was the 7-hole hitter who just ripped a 90-mile-an-hour fastball to the left center gap for another double. And that's going to get Coach Graves out of the dugout. 2 outs here in the inning, and Schmeckel has thrown 25 pitches. And the War Eagles, a fastball hitting team, are sitting on his fastball, and they're putting it all over the field. He's going to have to go to the drawing board, back to the drawing board, and get the slider working early in the count and start pitching backwards. Because the War Eagles have come with a plan, and they are executing right now as they are up 3-0 here in the first with 2 outs and runners at second and third. And fastball right there on the outside corner to Jacob Arentz, the center fielder for the War Eagles, 8-hole hitter. And Corbin Alexander on deck if he can extend the inning. And that is lifted to left to the wall. McWhorter reaches up and makes the catch against the wall for out number 3. But the War Eagles came swinging the bats. They put up 3 runs on 4 hits. They lead this one 3-0. We're moving to the bottom of the first here at Scotland Yard.
Highlander Nation, are you ready for your next dental appointment? K'cher Dentistry covers all the bases. We're located in the Woodlands, Texas, and proud supporters of Highlanders baseball. K'cher Dentistry is a dual specialist dental office dedicated to compassionate, high-quality care. Their practice is unique because they have 2 separate sides of the office, one for pediatric and one for adult dentistry, so the entire family can be seen in one visit. Give us a call at 281-292-1605. Again, that's 281-292-1605. Or visit www.kcherdentistry.com to schedule your next appointment. And be sure to mention Highlanders baseball. K'cher Dentistry, a home run for the whole family.
And we move to the bottom of the first. The Highlanders find themselves in a 3-0 hole as we get to the top of the order. Bryson Bourne, Cruz Romo, Jack Schmeckel, 1, 2, 3. And fastball misses off the outside corner for ball 1. Then Cash Clayton and Chase Bradley and Cash McWhorter. Fastball just above the belt, takes it to 2-0. And then the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9, Elias Diaz, Jack Fuller, the designated hitter, and Johan Fernandez. As time's called, as the catcher Alexander was having an issue with his earpiece. Olmeda, the lefty. But 2 fastballs that just missed. As Coach Pierce working on Alexander's earpiece. Got a little assistance from the umpire, and we've got that figured out. So it's going to be a 2-0 count on the leadoff hitter, Bryson Bourne, for the Highlanders. The 2-0 on the way. Misses to take it to 3-0. This would be big for the Highlanders. You get the leadoff runner on. Bryson Bourne almost hits him. And a 4-pitch walk to Bryson Bourne, and the Highlanders have a runner. And let's see how Coach Eastman plays this.
First baseman number 9, Cruz Romo.
If he's going to let Romo, who has been swinging the bat just absolutely on fire, the power has ignited for Romo. He's at 427 on the season. Been an RBI machine, and that fastball catches the outside corner for strike one. The lefty on the base gives Bourne a little something extra to think about. The 0-1 and a check on him. He's back easy. That was the big high leg kick move. I'd call that move. That's a C move there. And curveball misses outside to run it to 1-1. Bourne with the lead, the 1-1. That is swung on, and that's to the second baseman, Hernandez. He flips to Ube, and in time to first. And the War Eagles turn a 4-6-3 of their own.
Now hitting number 11.
To empty the bases, and 2 outs with Jack Schmeckel at the plate. Almeida back to the windup and almost hits him in the head for ball 1. Schmeckel comes into tonight's game at 369 on the season. He's driven in 11 for the Highlanders out of the 3 spot. Pretty much been in that spot all season. The 1-0 almost hits him again on the inside corner as Almeida trying to crossfire that fastball to catch that inside corner. So he's dropping down a little bit in a little 3/4 spot, and he's trying to get that angle. And the 2-0 on the way. Just like that, he puts it on the inside corner with a little bit of arm action on it. To the glove side, 2-1. Swung and straight back into the screen at 2-2. Almeida must have not liked something with his delivery as he was working from the windup. He has switched to the stretch. That's usually a quick fix. If you feel like you're getting a little long, you shorten it up a little bit, work from the stretch, and cuts the fastball off the inside corner to run the count full on Schmeckel. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Highlanders trailing by 3. And that is swung on, popped up high behind home plate. The catcher, Alexander, catches it against the net. What a play by Alexander for the War Eagles. My, oh my. He's flashing the leather. And 3 up, 3 down for the War Eagles. That's not what the Highlanders needed here in their half of the first. They're down by 3. Texas High School Baseball brought to you by the Highlander Sports Network.
Highlander Nation, are you ready for
And we move to the top of 2. Here at Scotland Yard, Jack Schmeckel out for inning number 2. And the 9-hole hitter, Corbin Alexander, the catcher, who just made a fabulous play up against the wall here behind home plate in front of the screen for the 3rd out to end the bottom of the 1st for the Highlanders. The 1-0 is right there at the knees for strike 1 to even it up at 1-1. Put the changeup in there, gets the call to take it to 1-2. That's what he's going to have to do tonight. He's going to have to come off the fastball, work the changeup into the righties, the slider to the lefties, and a swing and a miss as he goes to the changeup again and gets the strikeout, the first of the game for Schmeckel. And out number 1 here in
Now batting number 9, Rodriguez.
the top of the 2nd. Jonel Rodriguez. So back to the top of the order. He led things off with a double off the wall. And he takes a fastball high and outside. Like Rodriguez's approach, just nice and calm. He's confident. And there's the slider to the lefty on the inside corner. That's where he's going to have to work tonight. And the 1-1. As he gets the fastball on the outside corner to make it 1-2. Misses high in the zone. Takes it to 2-2. On the leadoff hitter, Rodriguez, as he grounds that one on the right side of first base for a foul. And the 2-2. Goes to the changeup, doesn't get the call. Perfect pitch in that situation. Runs it to 3-2. Had to miss on the bottom of the zone as he covered the plate. The 3-2. And that's on the ground to Romo. Big hop and steps on the bag for out number 2.
Now batting number 22, Almeida.
And brings up Almeida. He tripled back in the top of the 1st. He steps in with 2 outs and bases empty. There's the slider. That's what you got to do. You got to work that slider into the lefties. Start it on the inner third, drop it to that back foot. The 0-1. Gets the fastball at the bottom of the zone. Swing and miss over the top of that. Runs it to 0-2. To Almeida. And changeup got away from him just a tad. Off the outside edge, misses for ball 1. Runs the count to 1-2. As I was saying earlier, we're kind of mostly cloudy. We've been fighting rain all week. I think there's another chance this weekend. And a big swing and a miss. He puts the slider on the back foot and gets strikeout number 2. A much better productive inning for Schmeckel as he no base runners, no hits, and no runs. Highlanders trail 3-0. This is the Highlander Sports Network.
Highlander Nation, are you ready for your next dental appointment? Kcher Dentistry covers all the bases. We're located in the Woodlands, Texas, and proud supporters of Highlanders baseball. Kcher Dentistry is a dual specialist dental office dedicated to compassionate, high-quality care. Their practice is unique because they have 2 separate sides of the office. one for pediatric and one for adult dentistry, so the entire family can be seen in one visit. Give us a call at 281-292-1605. Again, that's 281-292-1605. Or visit www.txhsbsb.com to schedule your next appointment. And be sure to mention Highlanders baseball. txhsbsb Dentistry, a home run for the whole family.
$5 for one ticket.
And we move to the bottom of the second here at Scotland Yard in this final series of the season. And it's all on the line between the Highlanders and the War Eagles. Highlanders win tonight. They force basically a winner-take-all tomorrow night at Oak Ridge for the 13 6A district title. Both these teams have clinched a playoff spot, and I have to go double-check my numbers. Not sure if the War Eagles will fall into the Division I bracket or Division II. I have to go look at the enrollment numbers for our district. Right now it's looking like Oak Ridge and the Woodlands, and then Grand Oaks and Willis. And I think Willis is the smallest enrollment of the four schools, so I think they definitely will be Division II. And we're back and rocking and rolling for inning number 2. Cash Clayton leading things off for the Highlanders, and he takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. So for the Highlanders, it's Clayton, Bradley, McWhorter. Anybody reaches Elias Diaz. And Clayton lays off the fastball off the outside corner to even it up at 1-1. Curveball misses high. Sweeper. The 2-1. Runs it to 2-1. Got him to expand on a 2-1 count and chase the fastball on the outside corner. The tailing action took it out of the zone. But he chased it, takes it to 2-2. Misses high. Runs the count full on Clayton. And the payoff pitch. At the knees, gets the called strike, and Clayton is down looking for out number 1, and that is strikeout number 1 for Almeida. And brings up the catcher, Chase Bradley, for the Highlanders. I had mentioned earlier he is swinging it hot. And barrels that one up, but right at the shortstop, Urbe, and makes the throw in time. For out number 2. Nice swing by Bradley. Makes solid contact there, but just right at Urbe. Had him played right up the middle. For out number 2, and brings up the left fielder, Cash McWhorter, for the Highlanders. McWhorter comes in at .338 on the season. OPS at .864. He's driven in 10. And he gets on base. He's got some speed. Fastball right there on the inside corner. Almeida being very effective. Throwing strikes. He's around the plate, making the Highlanders swing it, except for that one, which is way outside. It scoots all the way back to the padding here behind home plate to even it up at 1-1. Elias Diaz is on deck with 2 outs if McWhorter can extend the inning. Fastball misses high and outside to take it to 2-1. That is ripped out to right, but the right fielder, Urbe, reaches up and makes the catch in front of the wall. Fantastic play. McWhorter gave it a ride. Urbe ran it down for out number 3. The Highlanders trail by 3. This winner-take-all district championship matchup between the Highlanders. And we move to top of 3. And Drayden Urbe leading things off. He walked back in the first. Schmeckel out for inning number 3. He shows bunt, and he takes a sweeper for a called strike 1. So it sounds like Schmeckel has been listening to me. And a changeup right there on the inside corner. So pitching backwards as he's made the change in the last inning. No runs, no runners. Reached base, and he's back at it again. And there's the fastball, and 0-2 fastball, and he teed off on it. To lead things off for the War Eagles here in the 3rd with a single.
Number 1, Holloman.
Brings up the shortstop, Carson Holloman, for the War Eagles. I got him and Urbe mixed up. I thought Urbe was at shortstop, and he's out in right field. And a lazy throw to first. Skips in the dirt and allows Urbe to take second base. So heads up base running. And if you caught my pregame, these guys can run. They're going to get on base. They're going to put pressure on you. You just can't make mistakes like that in a game of this caliber. So now a runner in scoring position with no outs. And Holloman at the plate as he swings and misses over the top of a slider for strike 1. Misses outside to run the count to 1-2. And the 1-2. Swung on and lifted out to shallow right field. Bryson Bourne charging in. Makes the catch. Throw comes in. And a solid throw, even though he didn't hit his cutoff man, to third.
Number 12, Hernandez.
So Holman flies out to right field for out number 1. Brings up Derek Hernandez. He grounded into the 4-6-3 double play. That lessened what could have been a really bad first inning. He puts a bunt down, and it's foul. First strike, 1. Hernandez at second base for the War Eagles tonight. Stands are pretty full. Wouldn't expect less for a game between these two. Always a way to end the season with the War Eagles. And he pulls a string on the changeup as Hernandez was way out front on that one for strike 2. I'd throw it again. I'm throwing that again, or I'm throwing a fastball to the top of the zone, change the eye level. And that gets away from Bradley. It stays in front of him, but heads up base running again. Allows Ube up to third with 1 out. To count to 1-2. Either come in with the changeup. The infield's in tight, up on the grass, and goes to the slider. Gets him to expand the zone for the strikeout, and out number 2. And strikeout number 3 on the evening for Schmeckel.
Now batting number 2, Deborah.
First baseman DeBardini. First pitch in there for a strike. Runner at third, 2 outs for the War Eagles in the 3rd inning. Gets him to expand as he runs the fastball away from him. Now with the lefties, that's what I'm doing. On the righties, I'm going off-speed change. Slider. I'm going slider back foot to the lefties. I'm going fastball away with the arm action. Got the running motion on it. Gets the strikeout number 4 on the night. As Schmeckel has found his groove after the bad first inning. He allows 3, but the Highlanders are battling back. They trail by 3. We move to the bottom of 3 here at Scotland Yard's Highlander Sports Network.
Highlander Nation, are you ready for your next dental appointment? txhsbsb Dentistry covers all the bases. We're located in the Woodlands, Texas, and proud supporters of Highlanders baseball. txhsbsb Dentistry is a dual specialist dental office dedicated to compassionate, high-quality care. Their practice is unique because they have 2 separate sides of the office, one for pediatric and one for adult dentistry, so the entire family can be seen in one visit. Give us a call at 281-292-1605. Again, that's 281-292-1605. Or visit www.txhsbsb.com to schedule your next appointment. And be sure to mention Highlanders baseball. txhsbsb Dentistry, a home run for the whole family.
Off this inning for the Highlanders, 3rd baseman number 5.
And we move to the bottom of 3 here at Scotland Yard in this 13-6A matchup. It's the final series of the season. Playoff baseball starts next weekend, and both of these teams have clinched a spot. It's just a matter of how the seeding is going to play out for the 2026 UIL baseball playoff bracket. If you remember correctly, there were a couple of changes last season, and a fastball misses for ball one. It's Diaz, Jack Fuller, and then Johan Fernandez, 7-8-9 for the Highlanders. Almeida dealing so far. Has a no-hitter going through 2. He's been just pounding the zone. The 1-1. Misses high. Runs the count to 2-1. Highlanders are going to have to look for that fastball in the zone and hunt that thing. Get some base runners on. He's not going to walk them. He's been effectively around the plate. You're going to have to get base runners on. Misses outside for 3-1. As I say, that is first 3-1 count of the night. And that is swung on and lifted to right. Shallow right, Urbe under, and makes the catch for out number 1. Brings up Jack Fuller for the Highlanders. He's the designated hitter tonight. He's hitting for the shortstop, Noah Nightstep. He steps in with 1 out. Fastball right there on the outside corner. Called strike 1. That's in there for strike 2. Fuller down 0-2 real quick. Brings a fastball to the inside corner. That crossfire action doesn't get it. Good 0-2 pitch by Almeida. The 1-2 on the way is swung on and lifted down the right side and foul. And the 1-2 from Almeida almost hits him. Runs it to 2-2. Misses down with the changeup. Not a bad pitch selection there. He came hard inside with the fastball. He's trying to go soft away with the changeup. And the 3-2 on the way. Misses, and that's the first walk. And first base runner of the night for the Highlanders.
Now batting second baseman number 12, Johan Fernandez.
And brings up Johan Fernandez for the Highlanders. With 1 out and a runner at first. Bryson Bourne on deck. If the inning extends, no double play here. Curveball misses outside for ball 1 to Fernandez. Fastball right there down the middle. Evens it up at 1-1 on Fernandez. Fernandez 309 on the season in district play. That is the 1-1. Swung on and tap foul at the plate off the ankle. Umpire on that one real quick. Runs the count to 1-2. The 1-2 to Hernandez. Fastball misses off the outside corner. Evens it up at 2-2 on Fernandez. Bottom of the third. Highlanders trailing 3-0. And misses outside to run the count full on Fernandez. Be surprised to see Almeida challenge him here. Yeah, I think bottom of the order. Come at him with a fastball. And he does just that. Gets the strikeout of Fernandez. And that is strikeout number 2 for Almeida.
Number 2, Bryson Bourne.
And brings up the leadoff hitter, Bryson Bourne, for the Highlanders. With the runner at first and 2 outs here in the third. And he walked back in the first. And he hits him. And that one, man, that one got him. And he's down. That had to catch him on the bone on, looks like the ankle. On the inside of the knees, but it looks like he caught that bone on the inside of the knee. There's just not much there to protect that. And that's just a stinger. I've taken one like that on a ground ball. That was probably about 86 miles an hour on the knee. Best thing you can do with that is just keep moving, get some heat on it, and ice it after the game. But we'll have to keep an eye on that. If that lingers, that's a base running, a weapon for the Highlanders with his speed defensively and on the bases. Could be something that alters this game. So Bourne on base for the second time tonight. He walked in the first. He was hit by a pitch.
Cruz Romo.
And brings up Cruz Romo, who's been just an RBI machine for the Highlanders. With runners at first and second and 2 outs. A left-on-left matchup. And that is swung on and fouled hard into the screen for strike 1. Romo grounded into the 4-6-3 double play in the first. Schmeckel's on deck. First time Almeida's had to work with some traffic. Fastball misses high to even it up at 1-1. That is up the middle. And the second baseman, Hernandez, on the run, makes a flip. And in time for out number 3. Highlanders put a couple of runners on, but can't do anything with it. They trail by 3. This is the Highlander Sports Network. And we are moving to the top of 4 here at Scotland Yard in this final series of district. Both these teams have clinched. It's coming down to who's the district champion. Oak Ridge wins tonight. They take home the crown of 2026 13-6A champions. Highlanders win tonight, and it's a winner-take-all game tomorrow at Oak Ridge for the district championship. So far through 3, Oak Ridge showed up early, and they trusted the lineup. The damage was done with the extra base hits, put pressure on in the bases, and that's been the story of this game so far. The Woodlands starter, Schmeckel, he's had to labor through that long first inning, 27 pitches. He's got 57 as it is now with that pitch, which missed for ball 1. But he went back to the drawing board after the first inning, changed up the strategy a tad. They were sitting on the fastball. He's gotten off the fastball and has been pitching backwards, and the last 2 innings have been pretty seamless for him. He's showing why he is heading off to the University of Texas, and that slider's in there for a run it to 1-1. He's got 4 strikeouts through 3. And the bunt misses. Tap foul at the plate. Chris Thompson's your hitter for the War Eagles. He's the designated hitter tonight. And a swing and a miss, and Chase Bradley has to finish the strikeout on the throw down to first. And strikeout number, that's going to be 5 on
Now batting number 19, Arntz.
the night for Schmeckel. And brings up the center fielder, Jacob Arntz. He shows bunt. Can't get it down. But just goes to show you that the Highlanders were playing deep. Diaz comes up, makes the adjustment, and misses outside with the fastball, runs it to 1-1. The 1-1 is right there for called strike, takes it to 1-2. And got him to expand as he chases the slider for strikeout number 6 for Schmeckel and back-to-back Ks. Brings up the catcher, Corbin Alexander. He struck out in the second, and he's had that fantastic defensive play on a foul ball by Jack Schmeckel that he caught in front of the screen here, right in front of us. 2 outs here in the inning. Fastball misses down and away for ball 1. Evens the count up at 1-1. Changeup misses inside for ball 2. And gets him to swing over the top of the sweeper. Evens it up at 2-2. If you got confidence in it, this is where you pull the string on the changeup right here. Make it look like a fastball. And he does just that. Gets the strikeout number 6. He has found his groove. And hopefully the Highlander bats can come alive here in the 4th. They trail 3-0. This is the Highlander Sports Network.
Highlander Nation, are you ready for your next dental appointment? Kcher Dentistry covers all the bases. We're located in the Woodlands, Texas, and proud supporters of Highlanders baseball. Kcher Dentistry is a dual specialist dental office dedicated to compassionate, high-quality care. Their practice is unique because they have two separate sides of the office, one for pediatric and one for adult dentistry, so the entire family can be seen in one visit. Give us a call at 281-292-1605. Again, that's 281-292-1605. Or visit www.txhsbsb.com to schedule your next appointment. And be sure to mention Highlanders baseball. Kcher Dentistry, a home run for the whole family.
And we are moving to the bottom of 4. Highlanders trail the War Eagles 3-0. It's 3, 4, and 5 for the Highlanders, Schmeckel, Clayton, and Bradley. Almeida out for inning number 4, and the sweeper misses down and in for ball 1. Misses down and in again to take it to 2-0. Schmeckel at 369 on the season with a 972 OPS. And misses again to take it to 3-0. Now I am a big 3-0. You get your pitch swing at it. This is probably one of those circumstances where I would probably wait around. You're running out of outs. And misses inside. And a 4-pitch walk. We haven't seen that yet tonight from Almeida. He's been very effective
Fielder, number 7, Cash Clayton.
in the strike zone. And we'll have a courtesy runner. And that's Ben Gordley. Will be your courtesy runner at first base for the Highlanders. Cash Clayton at the plate. He struck out looking back in the second. And if you hear the crowd, that's 5 balls in a row from Almeida. It's uncharacteristic. And he puts a fastball right there on the inside corner. Gets the call to even it up at 1-1. Highlanders looking to get something going, ignite the bats. Almeida's held him hitless through 3. Misses outside to take it to 2-1. Almost hits him in the knees, runs it to 3-1. So the last 8 pitches, 7 have been balls. For the Highlanders in the dugout have taken note of these last 2 at-bats. Gets the call at the knees. That's a great 3-1 pitch from Almeida. A little arm side action on that fastball, cut it back to the middle. The 3-2 just misses the outside corner. And the Highlanders have runners at first and second now, and that's going to get Coach Pierce out of the dugout. And if I'm Coach Pierce, this is just one of those boost of confidence conversations like, hey, you've been through this lineup once already. You know what you can do. You know what you're capable of. You just kind of lost the zone. Let's refocus. And make them put him in play. And that's going to be the end of the night for Almeida. Pierce didn't like what he had to say. And he's going to pull him. And we're going to the bullpen here in the fourth. We'll get you a number on that, have some totals for you on Almeida's night, as the Highlanders have gotten into the Oak Ridge bullpen, and that could be advantage Woodlands here as we push forward.
Highlander Nation, are you ready for your next dental appointment? Kcher Dentistry covers all the bases. We're located in the Woodlands, Texas, and proud supporters of Highlanders baseball. Kcher Dentistry is a dual specialist dental office dedicated to compassionate, high-quality care. Their practice is unique because they have two separate sides of the office, one for pediatric and one for adult dentistry, so the entire family can be seen in one visit. Give us a call at 281-292-1605. Again, that's 281-292-1605. Or visit www.kcherdentistry.com to schedule your next appointment. And be sure to mention Highlanders baseball. Kcher Dentistry, a home run for the whole family.
And this pitching change, this call to the bullpen, brought to you by Kcher Dentistry, our hometown Woodlands dental practice. Jump on in. Tell them I sent you. It's me. I'm Jason Greer, the voice of your Highlanders, as Jesse Leah comes out of the bullpen in relief of Luis Almeida. Now, I'm not really sure of the tactics behind that. I'm thinking that Coach Pierce saw the two walks, and that misses off the outside corner for ball one to Chase Bradley. Bradley grounded to the shortstop Holloman back in the second. And he had the two walks. Pierce comes out, has a conversation with him on the mound, and then I don't know if Almeida said something, that maybe the arm's a little sore. He just kind of ran out of gas. And he pulls him. So runners at first and second for the Highlanders. And he pulls a string on a 2-0 changeup. Good take by Bradley. You'll see something a little bit better than that. So no outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Highlanders trailing 3-0. The 2-1 is ripped to the gap. That's going to get down and drop in front of, and he's sending, nope, he holds him, and the throw is offline, and it's cut by the third baseman, Rodriguez. But that's going to load the bases for Cash McWhorter. And the first hit of the game by Chase Bradley, and he has been swinging it lately. Not surprised by that, as I'm sure that 472 is going to take a tick up on that one. So bases loaded for the Highlanders after the single by Bradley. Cash McWhorter at the plate. It was last year at Oak Ridge that Cash McWhorter turned the game around. And he tried to do it right here. Instead, we have an infield fly rule. And out number 1. Yeah, last season he smoked one at Oak Ridge. Just hit an absolute missile over the right center wall that got the Highlanders back into that game. And they eventually rallied to win it and stay undefeated last season. So out number 1 here. And the 4th base is still loaded. Elias Diaz at the plate takes a curveball on the outside corner for ball 1. Highlanders have to get at least 1 or 2 runs in here. If he can work out of this mess, that'd just be a big blow to the morale. And that is ripped by Diaz deep to left, giving chase, makes the catch in front of the wall, does Thompson. But Diaz picks up the RBI on the sac fly to left field, and the Highlanders are on the board.
Now batting, designated hitter number 6, Jack Fuller.
Clayton stays at second and Bradley at first. Two outs, Jack Fuller at the plate. Fuller walked in the second and swinging a foul at the plate for strike 1. Jack Fuller at the plate. Johan Fernandez is on deck. Highlanders have gotten 1 across here in the 4th. And they picked up a hit. Curveball misses down and in. Runs the count to 1-1. The 1-1 is a curveball, misses low. Runs it to 2-1. So Almeida was cruising through 3. Walked back-to-back runners, and that run that came in is accredited to him. And a check on Clayton at second. So the runner that scored, and everybody that's on base except for Bradley, is going to be accredited to Almeida. Clayton is his if he ends up scoring. The 2-1 to Fuller is off the handle, a weak line drive to the second baseman Hernandez. And Leah comes out of the bullpen, works out of a jam as the Highlanders had the bases loaded, only able to push 1 across. They've cut into the lead. It's 3-1 here at Scotland Yard. This is the Highlander Sports Network. And we are cruising to the top of 5, and it's going to be the top of the order for the War Eagles. Rodriguez leading things off. He led the game off with a double, and he just about takes Schmeckel's head off as he punishes a fastball back up the middle for a single, and he is 2 for 3 on the night. With speed, I would be expecting a stolen base, a run, a hit and run. Appears to be aggressive. You got the lead. District championship is in your hands. You're 9 outs away. And a check on Rodriguez. Everybody's thinking what I'm thinking. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt here, get the runner over. So Olmeda's still in the game. He had the triple in the first, and then he struck out in the second. And a big swing, and he taps it foul at the plate. But he was just a little bit quicker on that. That ball is roped down into the right field line, and Rodriguez, with his speed, he puts one into the gaps out here, and they have him shaded to the opposite field. Clayton is to the left of second base. Bourne's pulled around off the line. McWhorter straight up. They've kind of shrunken the gap out in left center, but the gap in right center is gigantic. He puts one out there by the flags, and the bunt, as he misses, can't get it down. We've seen that a lot tonight. They've showed bunt 5, 6, 7 times here tonight, and they're unable to execute it. And that wasn't really a sacrifice. That was him trying to put it down for a base hit. Diaz is he's behind the bag and every bit of 20 feet off. And a check on Rodriguez. So that bunt attempt was not a sacrifice. He was trying to reach, set the table for the 3-hole hitter, Ube, who he's having himself a night. He's come around to score, walk, single, RBI. He's on deck. And check on the runner again. Rodriguez digging in. He's leaning a little. Nothing happening there, and the fastball misses high and inside for ball 1. 1-2 is the count on Olmeda. He was a starting pitcher. And runner takes off. And the throw in time by Chase Bradley. Wow, what a throw. He showed it earlier in the game, and he put that one on the bag, and the tag by Nightstep was bang, bang, and Rodriguez is thrown out, caught stealing for out number 1. What a play by Chase Bradley for out number 1 here in the 5th. And slider misses outside. And that's on the ground, back to Schmeckel. He scoops it, picks it, and on the way. And that's out number 3. He works around a single. A strikeout retires the side. We're moving to the bottom of the 5th. Highlanders trailing 3-1. And we move to the bottom of 5 here at Scotland Yard. It's 9-1-2 for the Highlanders. This could be the inning to square this thing up. Momentum has quietly been shifting here the last couple innings. They chased Almeida, got into the bullpen. Schmeckel has settled down, found his groove here in the last 3 innings. We got a 2-run ball game with 2.5 left to play. That first pitch is a curveball in there for a called strike to Fernandez. He's leading things off. He struck out in the 3rd. Leah out for another inning. That is lifted to left center. And wow, takes a long way to get there, and he calls off the left fielder, does the center fielder, Aarons. The left fielder was about to reach up and catch it, and he was still 20 feet away yelling for it. He makes the catch for out number 1 and brings up Bryson Bourne. He was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. And doesn't seem to that be a factor. If you remember, that caught him in the inside of the right knee on the bone. I'm sure he'll have a nice little reminder of that in the morning. And he takes a curveball that misses down below the zone for ball 1. Highlanders looking to continue to add pressure. Just get base runners on and crawl back into this game. And that's in there for a called strike. It was a little high. He hadn't called that all night. It was a little above the belt. He's let that one ride all night. Gets the call, the 2-1. That is on the ground to the shortstop, Holloman. The throw is low, but the scoop by DeBardini for out number 2.
That brings up first baseman number 9.
So it's a 6-3 in your scorecard. Brings up Cruz Romo. He's grounded to the second baseman, Hernandez, twice tonight. One of those was a 4-6-3. Double play in the 1st. And then back in the 3rd, grounded to him again. And he puts a fastball in the outside corner, gets the call for strike 1. Curveball misses off the outside edge. And that is down the line. What a play by the first baseman, DeBardini. He just snags it off the line. Diving play. Steps on the bag for out number 3. The Highlanders go down in order. They're down 3-1 as we move to the 6th here at Scotland Yard. This is the Highlander Sports Network.
Highlander Nation, are you ready for your next dental appointment? txhsbsb Dentistry covers all the bases. We're located in the Woodlands, Texas, and proud supporters of Highlanders baseball. txhsbsb Dentistry is a dual specialist dental office dedicated to compassionate, high-quality care. Their practice is unique because they have 2 separate sides of the office, one for pediatric and one for adult dentistry, so the entire family can be seen in one visit. Give us a call at 281-292-1605. Again, that's 281-292-1605. Or visit www.txhsbsb.com to schedule your next appointment. And be sure to mention Highlanders baseball. txhsbsb Dentistry, a home run for the whole family.
And we are cruising here into the top of 6. And Schmeckel out for inning number 6. And after weathering a rocky first inning, he has settled in. He's been, I called it early, they're sitting on the fastball, and he's made the adjustments. Almeida has exited the game, and this has shifted into a chess match here with the district championship on the line for both these teams as we're heading down the stretch here as we are starting the 6th. Derek Hernandez leading things off. Carson Holloman leading things off for the War Eagles here in the 6th. He takes a first pitch strike. Holloman's your cleanup hitter for the War Eagles and almost hits him with the fastball. He walked and then flew out to right field on a nice play that Bryson Bourne made out there in the right center gap. There's lots of power in this bat, but a big swing and miss guy as well. And that one is ripped down the right field line and foul. Holy smokes. He caught a light. Cue the natural PA guy. And he just shattered one of the lights down the right field line. Be interesting to see what the umpires do here. If we're going to have a delay, because glass just fell everywhere, all over the field. I mean, it smashed it, and glass rained from every bit of 100 feet down all over the field just beyond the first baseline. As coaches are looking at, Coach Pierce is making his way down there. We're waiting on the field crew, otherwise known as the dads. Jimmy Bradley grabbed the tractor and go clean that thing up. he must have heard me. He's making his way down there. We're going to have a little bit of a delay here. We'll be right back once we get this all cleaned up. This is the Highlander Sports Network.
Highlander Nation, are you ready for your next dental appointment? K'cher Dentistry covers all the bases. We're located in the Woodlands, Texas, and proud supporters of Highlanders baseball. K'cher Dentistry is a dual specialist dental office dedicated to compassionate, high-quality care. Their practice is unique because they have 2 separate sides of the office, one for pediatric and one for adult dentistry, so the entire family can be seen in one visit. Give us a call at 281-292-1605. Again, that's 281-292-1605. Or visit www.kcherdentistry.com to schedule your next appointment. And be sure to mention Highlanders baseball. K'cher Dentistry, a home run for the whole family.
All right, we are back. The dad crew got the shrapnel off the field. Carson Holman at the plate. And that is in there for a strike and a strikeout. That's going to be number 8 on the night for Jack Schmeckel. As Holloman is down looking for out number 1 here in the 6th. So let's recap this for you. We had quite the delay there. As Holloman, he hit a fastball up into the light, shattered the light. And so we had ourselves about a 15-minute delay there. So we are back. Derek Hernandez at the plate with 1 out. Highlanders are trailing 3-1 in this final series of district for these two teams. And it all comes down to the district championship is here tonight. If Oak Ridge wins, they take the crown. And back up the middle for a single, almost off Jack Schmeckel's heel. And Hernandez has a 1-out single. And brings up the first baseman, Cole Deraberdini, who made a fantastic play at first base to end the 5th. And runner fakes a steal and heads back to first. They're thinking twice after the throws Bradley has made tonight. And that one, he's going to go on that one as it scoots away from Bradley. He takes a big turn. And Hernandez is at second on the wild pitch. That could be a big insurance run for the War Eagles. You're up by 2 with two to play. Score is 3-1. That would make it 4-1. 3 runs is 3 batters got to get on for the Highlanders. And he puts the sweeper in there for a called strike. Takes it to 2-1 on DeBardini. And the 2-1. Pulls the string on the changeup. He swings over the top. Runs it to 2-2. 1 out, runner at second. Chris Thompson is on deck. He was part of the strikeout the side back in the 4th. The 2-2. Right there on the corner, gets him looking. Schmeckel has found his groove. After giving up 3 in the first, he's found his spot. That is strikeout 10 on the night. So 10 strikeouts for Jack Schmeckel. And that misses for ball 1 to Chris Thompson. Speaking of strikeouts, Thompson struck out back in the 4th and had a double in the 1st. Chases the slider off the plate. Evens it up at 1-1. As time's called at the plate by the hitter, Hernandez had a lot of attention as he was bouncing around at second. Schmeckel was staring down. Almost think the hitter calling timeout gave him an advantage as he was focused on the runner. And the 1-1. That is on the ground to the third baseman, Diaz, and the throw across in time for out number 3. That takes us to the bottom of the 6th. Highlanders trail 3-1. They got to beat the Bats awake. This is the Highlander Sports Network. And here we are into the bottom of the 6th here at Scotland Yard. Jesse Leah back out for his 3rd inning of work. And if the Highlanders are going to do something, this is the inning. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Highlanders. That is Jack Schmeckel, Cash Clayton, and Chase Bradley. First pitch misses high and inside for ball 1 to Schmeckel. Got 6 outs left. Every out counts. Need base runners, and that is swung on and towards the light that just got broken and misses the lights. And runs a count to 1-1 on Schmeckel. He flew out to the catcher in the first, and he walked and came around to score the only Highlander run as he takes a curveball on the outside corner for a called strike 2. So he walked in the 4th, came around to score, and he's the only run on the board for the Highlanders. The 1-2 bounces the curveball in the dirt to even it up at 2-2. And that is big bouncer handled by the shortstop Holloman behind second, and the throw in time for out number 1 for the Highlanders here in the bottom of the 6th. Brings up Cash Clayton for the Highlanders. He walked in the 4th. He struck out in the 2nd. Fastball right at the knees for a called strike 1. Curveball misses way outside. The 1-1 misses with the fastball way outside. The run to 2-1. Clayton at .342 on the season with a .934 OPS. Second in the team in RBIs with 13. And foul tips that one into the glove of the catcher, Alexander. to run into 2-2. Chase Bradley on deck. Clayton looking to ignite a one-out rally. The pitch misses high and outside to run the count full. He was our Highlander Sports Network player of the game as he walked off the win against the Tigers last Friday with a solo homer. The 3-2, that is ripped to center. Giving it a run is Aarons. He makes the catch against the wall for out number 2. Hit it hard. He just hit it to the biggest part of the park, and the center fielder Aarons ran it down just in front of the wall. For out number 2 brings up Chase Bradley. Singled in the 4th, and he grounded out to the shortstop Holloman in the 2nd. As he steps in with 2 outs and the bases are empty. Curveball is in there for a called strike. And the 0-1, that is ripped down the left field line and foul. Just got the barrel out in front just a tad on that one. Cash McWhorter on deck. If Bradley can reach, he's got a battle back. He's in the hole with an 0-2 count. Almost hits him. Little chin music. Runs it to 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Leahy makes the big pitch, gets the big out. We move to the 7th. It's a 3-1 ball game. Can the War Eagles hold on? We're 6 out away from determining whether tomorrow night's a winner take all or if Oak Ridge takes the crown here tonight. This is the Highlander Sports Network.
Highlander Nation, are you ready for your next dental appointment? K'cher Dentistry covers all the bases. We're located in the Woodlands, Texas, and proud supporters of Highlanders baseball. K'cher Dentistry is a dual specialist dental office dedicated to compassionate, high-quality care. Their practice is unique because they have 2 separate sides of the office, one for pediatric and one for adult dentistry, so the entire family can be seen in one visit. Give us a call at 281-292-1605. Again, that's 281-292-1605. Or visit www.kcherdentistry.com to schedule your next appointment. And be sure to mention Highlanders baseball. K'cher Dentistry, a home run for the whole family.
And we move to the top of the 7th here at Scotland Yard. The War Eagles clinging to a 3-1 lead. All 3 of those runs came in the top of the 3rd. And Jack Schmeckel's night is come to an end. He goes 6 innings, 3 runs on 7 hits. So 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned, and 10 strikeouts. That's his night as Xavier Gray gets the call to the bullpen. as I guess the umpire didn't realize we had a new pitcher, and Chase Bradley made the last out. He's giving him a couple more extra pitches to get loose here as we are ready for the 6th, and it's going to be Jacob Aarons.
And now batting number 19, Aarons.
So Jacob Aarons, and then the catcher Corbin Alexander, and then back to the top of the order. And Jonel Rodriguez, Xavier Gregg has to hold the line for the Highlanders to give them a chance to either send it to extras or walk it off in the 7th. And the first pitch from Gregg is a fastball, misses off the plate on the inside corner for ball 1. And the 1-0 from Gregg is right there on the inside corner. Evens it up at 1-1. And kudos to Jack Schmeckel. He had a rough first inning, 27 pitches, 3 runs. Was not looking good for him. He goes to the dugout. Coaches made some adjustments. He comes out and tosses 5 scoreless. Didn't have a strikeout in the first inning. So through 4 innings, he collects 10. So just think about that for a second. That's one of those things that's hard, very difficult for just about any pitcher on any level, let alone a high school pitcher. That's on the ground to Fernandez, big hop, and the toss to first in time. And Aarons is down on the 4-3 put out. Brings up the catcher, Alexander, who struck out twice in the 2nd and in the 4th. So 1 out, nobody on. Here in the top of the 7th. Fastball at the knees for a called strike as we just hit our number 2. And that was with about a 15-20 minute delay that we had because one of our lights was busted on a foul ball off the bat of the shortstop, Carson Holloman. The 0-1. It's a fastball in the dirt to even it up at 1-1. The War Eagles trying to hold on to this one. If they do, they are the 2026 district champs. That's on the ground off the mound. Weird hop. And Nightstep, if it wouldn't have hit the mound, probably had a chance at it. It came off the mound with the side spin and kicked back to him as he was moving towards the bag at second. He reached up and the spin just kicked off his glove. So a single for Alexander. And we'll have a courtesy runner for him as he's the catcher.
Number 9, Urban.
And brings up the leadoff hitter, Jonel Rodriguez, for the War Eagles. And he is 2 for 3 tonight with a double and a single. And he takes a fastball on the outside edge for strike 1. It's been interesting to see what Coach Pierce does here. Maybe try to put some runners, move people around, maybe a bunt, a hit and run. You just can't sit back and think that this 3-1 lead is going to get it done with this Highlander lineup. That's how many times this season they've batted around the lineup, and probably over 50% of the games they've had at least one inning where they've sent 9-10 hitters to the plate. Very capable of doing that again They're into the War Eagle bullpen. The 1-1 right on the inside corner. Fooled Rodriguez to take it to 1-2. So no indication of a steal. Looks like Bradley showing the arm off has stopped that for tonight. And misses with the sweeper down and in to even the count at 2-2. Top of 7, Highlanders trailing by 2. 1 out, top of the order up 4, and that's on the ground. Greg retreats, only plays at first, and he throws it away. And puts runners at second and third. I can't tell you how many times I've seen that happen. That's PFPs for pitchers. You practice it, but when you get into a game like this and you speed things up,
Now batting number 22.
and then you throw in probably the fastest runner on that team running from the left side. He did have a play at second. He thought about it. It would have been close, but he made the right decision to go to first. Problem was he was falling off the mound. His body was taking him to the outfield and just didn't have control of that throw. And that puts the runners at second and third with 1 out. Time called at the plate by Chase Bradley. And this is just, if I'm Chase, I'm bringing the whole infield in. I'm having a conversation here with this guy puts down a squeeze play. Do you know what you're doing? Because it is a very possibility that that happens here. This kid, Olmeda, can handle the bat. Not only does he have a lot of pop, but he also has great barrel control. He can swing it. Those 2 runs come across that are out there. It's going to be very difficult for the Highlanders to overcome a 5-1 deficit versus 3-1. Infield's in. They're playing to get the run at the plate. The pitch is in the dirt, but great job by Bradley to keep it in front of him. And takes the count to 1-0. Xavier Gregg out of the bullpen in relief of Jack Schmeckel. He got the start, gave up 3 in the first, and that's it. Big swing and a miss by Olmeda to even it up at 1-1. The strikeout here would be huge for the Highlanders. A line drive to the shortstop and a flip to Fernandez for a double play would be even better. And swung on and fouled towards the War Eagle dugout to run it to 1-2. And up the middle with the hit. Olmeda comes up clutch, and that's going to get 2 in. And like we said in our pregame, walks and errors, you can't do that here tonight. This team will capitalize and eat you up, and they just did it. A base hit and an error put 2 in scoring position. 2 runs come around on the hit by Olmeda. He started on the mound. Not sure if he went. He got through 3. He was pulled in the 4th after a couple of walks. I don't think that qualifies him for the win. I think he had to get through the 3rd or through the 4th. And that's on the ground. Another hit through the right side. by Ube, and that's going to get Coach Eastman out of the dugout. I don't see anybody coming out with him. There is some action in the bullpen. I think this is just more of a eat up some time, get some arms loose, and try to calm things down, stop the bleeding. As the War Eagles have gotten 2 more across here in the 7th. So the catcher, Alexander, came around to score. Jonel Rodriguez came around to score. Olmeda is at second. And Urbe is at first, back-to-back singles. Brings up Carson Holloman with 1 out. Shows bunt, gets it down. Diaz going to have some problems with that, as he was playing deep. Not sure what he was thinking at third with runners at first and second. He was well off the line and about 10 feet behind the bag. And heads up by Holloman, the cleanup hitter. He saw that, drops the bunt, and he's just keeping this inning going, as now they have the bases loaded. And the second baseman, Derek Hernandez, comes to the plate with 1 out. And the War Eagles, a single or double here is going to blow this thing wide open. He shows bunt. And it was a suicide. So a suicide squeeze with the bases loaded, as they were looking to tack another one on. Coach Pierce being aggressive. He sees the district title within grasp. He's trying to pick a couple more runs up to put this thing away. Cruz Romo is about halfway down the first baseline, and he's standing between first and the pitcher's mound expecting a bunt. And that's on the ground. Fernandez flips to Nightstep, and Nightstep can't get the throw off in time to turn the double play. Not sure. I would at least try to argue interference on that. Nope. So the fielder's choice, Hernandez reaches on the fielder's choice. Olmeda comes in to score to make it 6-1. Urbe's at third. And the first baseman, DiBardini, is at the plate with 2 outs now. And the runner just takes off. They've got him in a rundown. They're going to try to steal another run. And they just called a balk on Greg. And when it rains, it pours. As Urbe comes in to score. Umpires are having a conversation. they got together, and Greg said he stepped off. Home plate umpire didn't see it. And so let's walk through that. You had a runner at first, you have a runner at third. The runner at first, we used to call this a half and half play. You're just trying to steal a run. You take the runner from first, you're running down halfway, you get the pitcher's attention, and the runner at third is going to try to score. Well, the rules in baseball, you can't throw to an empty bag as a pickoff move. So for Greg, in order to chase the runner down at first, has to step off, or he has to throw to first. He turned and pivoted towards second and to run towards the runner, which is what you do in a rundown. You run at the runner. He did exactly what you're supposed to do. He did step off. The home plate umpire didn't see it that way. He gets with the field umpire. They get it straightened out, so we have runners at first and third now. And time called at the plate. DeBardini is still at the plate with an 0-1 count and 2 outs in the inning. Derek Hernandez is at first. And he takes off again. And that'd be a catcher's indifference as he's at second. So runners at second and third with 2 outs. And misses with the curveball to take it to 2-1. Chris Thompson on deck. War Eagles leading 6-1. Just gets enough of it to stay alive on the foul tip. Keeps it at 2-2. Now it's on the ground to the second baseman. Johan Fernandez takes the big hop and the throw in time for out number 3, but the damage has been done as the War Eagles push 3 across here in the 7th. They scored 3 in the first and 3 in the 7th. They bookended it and lead by a score of 6-1. This is the Highlander Sports Network. And we are moving to the bottom of the 7th. The Highlanders need 5 to tie it, 6 to win it, to force a winner-take-all game tomorrow for the district championship. Otherwise, the Oak Ridge War Eagles will be your 2026 13 6A district champions. Cash McWhorter, Elias Diaz, and then Jack Fuller for the Highlanders. And Leah out for inning number 4, as he's pitched the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th now in relief of Olmedo. And that is off the end of the barrel, a little squibber to the shortstop, Holloman, and he makes a fantastic throw on the run for out number 1. And if you're a Highlander fan, that's not what you wanted to see happen. And brings up Elias Diaz. He's responsible for the only run tonight. He had the fly ball to deep left center that drove, for a sacrifice fly that drove in Jack Schmeckel back in the bottom of the 4th. And that's in there for a called strike. And that is out towards left and right at Thompson. He takes a couple steps back and makes the catch for out number 2. And the Highlanders' hopes of a 2026 district championship come down
Now batting number 10, Sawyer Banks.
to Sawyer Banks, who's going to hit for Jack Fuller. And first pitch to Banks misses high and inside for ball 1. Misses again for ball 2. Puts a fastball center cut for strike 1 to take it to 2-1. And that's swung on and fouled down the right field line and out of play. Counts full 3-2 with 2 outs. Nobody on. Fernandez on deck. Bank takes that for ball 4. So the Highlanders have a runner with 2 outs. And Johan Fernandez at the plate. A base hit here brings, or if he reaches, brings up the top of the lineup. And if we could do that, you got a chance. It's slim, but it gives you a chance. First pitch is in there for a called strike to Fernandez. And this is the final home game this season here at Scotland Yard. We'll finish up this series tomorrow at Oak Ridge. And that is swung on and fouled into the screen. It's very possible we have at least one game here in round 1 of the playoffs. We do get matched up with 14 6A for bi-district, so we'll play a team from the Aldine School District, essentially. It's Aldine, MacArthur, Eisenhower. I think Springs in that district as well. Fastball misses high and outside for ball one. Runs it to 1-2. Leahy looking to close this out. He came in the fourth with no outs in relief of Olmeda, and he has done the job. And a check swing by Fernandez as the curveball misses down and in to even it up at 2-2. And the 2-2 on the way. Misses just a bit high to run the count full. Give Banks a head start at first base as the first baseman, DeBardini. Hopefully that's the last time I say that name tonight. He's back on the grass. Banks, not sure why he's not taking off. Full count, 2 outs, nobody holding you on, just go. You could probably take off right now and they wouldn't even take a look at you. And that is swung on high in the air down the left field line, giving Chase Rodriguez and off the top of the War Eagles dugout. We're going to do it again. If Fernandez can reach, Bryson Bourne's on deck. And the payoff pitch on the way. Misses outside. And it's back-to-back walks. Puts 2 runners on for the Highlanders with 2 outs.
Right fielder Bryson Bourne.
And Bryson Bourne making his way to the plate, and he's hobbling to the plate. Coach Eastman's picked up on that. And that's more than likely that bone contusion he's going to have on the inside of his right knee from that hit by pitch is finally catched up to him. And I believe we're going to have a pinch hitter. Coach Eastman going to the bench, and he's hobbling pretty good. And that's going to be Bryson's night. As he's making his way to the dugout, and we're going to have a pinch hitter. We'll get that for you here in a second. Assuming that's Jurisic. Yes. So David Jurisic coming off the bench for the Highlanders.
Number 16, David Jurisic.
And he can definitely step into one and make this a 6-4 ball game. And you've got Cruz Romo on deck. And then Jack Schmeckel, and this is Coach Pierce coming out just to have a conversation. Hey, we're up by 5. We've got 2 outs. We don't want to walk this guy, load the bases, because that brings in a lot of things into play. But even if he does load the bases, a grand slam makes it a 6-5 ball game. So a lot of things are in the favor of the War Eagles at this point. The Highlanders need to get Jurisic on, and then Romo needs to get on, and then And Cash Clayton hits a grand slam, and they'll be back in this thing. And that is swung on and fouled straight back. He was on a fastball. And he just missed putting that one out in the right center gap. Let's strike one. On Jurisic. And swung on again and fouled into the screen for strike two. I think that's exactly what Coach Pierce was saying to his pitcher, Leah. Just, man, pound fastballs in the zone, make this guy beat us. And throws a nasty curve in the dirt, and Jurisic chases it. And the War Eagles are your 2026 13-6A district champions. Congratulations to the War Eagles. And they've had a fantastic season, well-deserved. It's almost exactly what the Highlanders did last year. They were undefeated and had to go into Oak Ridge to win a title. They come here, they flip the script, and win on the Highlanders' home field and take the district crown for 2026. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Highlander Nation, are you ready for your next dental appointment? Kcher Dentistry covers all the bases. We're located in the Woodlands, Texas, and proud supporters of Highlanders baseball. Kcher Dentistry is a dual specialist dental office dedicated to compassionate, high-quality care. Their practice is unique because they have two separate sides of the office, one for pediatric and one for adult dentistry, so the entire family can be seen in one visit. Give us a call at 281-292-1605. Again, that's 281-292-1605. Or visit www.txhsbsb.com to schedule your next appointment. And be sure to mention Highlanders baseball. Kcher Dentistry, a home run for the whole family.
And welcome back to the Highlanders Sports Network post-game wrap. Final score 6-1. Oak Ridge takes the win, but it was a much tighter game than that 6-1 suggests. The Highlanders very much within striking distance into the late innings before that seventh inning meltdown gave them the extra three runs to make it a 6-1 victory. Jack Schmeckel, let's take a look at Jack Schmeckel. And he's going to be our player of the game, the Highlander Sports Network player of the game. He struggled through the first inning. And if I was the coach sitting in the dugout, I'd have been pretty close to pulling him. He fought through it, and he comes out, pitches the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth, and has 10 strikeouts, quiets them down. Chase Bradley controls the running game, threw out a base runner, had another one that he basically threw out but got the bag because of the walk, demonstrated his abilities to do his thing, but it wasn't just enough. And in my pregame, we were talking about that big inning. Would the War Eagles put some hits together with some walks and blow the thing open? They did that in the first, and they bookended it with the seventh. They walk out of here with a 6-1 victory. They struck early, they struck late. Olmeda was dialed in for 3 innings. And how about Leah coming out of the bullpen for 4 innings? He gives up 1 run. He had a fantastic game. Wish it would have been a little bit closer and a little bit more excitement at the end for the district title, but the War Eagles, they've had put together a heck of a season as they sit at 11-0. Game 2 is tomorrow at Oak Ridge High School. Both of these teams are going on into the playoffs. We'll hopefully have that figured out for you for tomorrow's broadcast, and we can talk a little bit about that throughout the game. But tonight, it's the War Eagles night. They take home the district crown 6-1, game 1, game 2 tomorrow, 7 o'clock at Oak Ridge. We'll have that for you here on the Highlander Sports Network. Thanks to my producer, Reese Kim, videographer, Emma Riley. Got it done tonight. Final home game, we'll have you live tomorrow, 7 o'clock from Oak Ridge. Hopefully both of these young ladies can join me as we wrap up this season and head off into the playoffs. That's it from Scotland Yard as the Oak Ridge War Eagles take the district crown by a score of 6-1. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. That's a wrap.